Hey guys, and welcome back to Common Courtesy. Hello.
Hello, hello.
I'm your moderator and host, Sean Nicholas, aka Desire Some More. And welcoming back to the table, we have Miss Nikki Prue. Hi, how
thanks
are
for
you?
having me back. I missed you.
Of course, I'm excited. I'm excited.
too.
I saw you pull up in your car. We went to the store earlier. She gave me a little
Picked him up
ride.
on the side of the road.
Hello. Well, it wasn't like
But
that.
who's this gentleman? It wasn't like that. It wasn't like that.
But it's good to have you back. It's good
It's
to see
good to
you.
be back.
It's
Thank you.
fun. We have a
Thank you
fun
so much.
episode planned for you guys
It's gonna
today.
be a good one.
So some fun shit that's been going on. I've been keeping up with that show I've been talking about the last couple episodes, Mixed Dish, and I thought the last episode was very it was very interesting because they talk about uncomfortable race issues, even between the black community, and they're talking about hair and like I don't know if anyone knows in our community. They're talking about what's good hair, and I'm often confused about what's good hair because I just have hair.
Your hair always looks good.
I think it does. I think it's more with the women, and
It does.
they explained in the episode, Madam C.J. Walker made so much money about for making a formula of how I think a hot comb, how to straighten black women's hair so it looks more white. You know what I mean? And that was like the whole thing about the episode, and they explained. In the episode that people of color, when they finally got affirmative action happening, they saw that they had to change. Like, you can't have the dreadlocks, you can't have the hair like this. You have to come in looking like, well, Nikki's hair, kind of. Not, you just,
No,
just
you don't
straight
get
hair.
much straighter
And
than my
the
hair.
lead character is a mixed race girl, and she was like, should I have straight hair, should I have my hair?
You should have whatever hair that you want.
Yeah, and that's what the episode ended with Tracy Ellis Ross saying, because she's the lead. I don't know if you know this actress.
I don't know. Well, I know the actress vaguely, but I don't know the show yet. I still haven't caught up.
She played on Girlfriend. She's Diana Ross's daughter, and she has big curly hair. And it went through all the yearbook pictures. It was about a yearbook. I'm getting off topic. It was about yearbooks, whatever. And she said, you know what? I had straight hair through all this, but this is the hair that I was always trying to get back to, the natural hair. And I think that's why I wear my hair natural, because I think it's important. It's my heritage. I want to see what it looks like naturally if I let things happen naturally rather than trying to control it.
Yep.
Okay,
That's great.
so this is from another Dear Abby. I just wanted to ask you this. I think it's gonna be fun. So the whole story goes: this woman's cousin got married to a new wife, and apparently the whole family has a problem with how everyone is dressing. How the wife dresses. They have a problem with her wardrobe. So she wrote into Dear Abby asking, how can I tell this woman how to update her wardrobe? Like, should I take her out and give her a gift, or give her a gift card to clothes? So I guess her question is, how do I approach someone else's wardrobe? Like, I have a question. Here's my question. Do you think it should be anyone's problem of how someone, not just someone, let's say your sister got married. Let's bring it closer.
All right.
Okay.
Sorry, Danny.
So your sister got married, right? And you hated the way everyone in your family hated the way he dresses, but she loves him, whatever, whatnot. And they want to like take him out shop. Like, do you think it's there? Say you hate it too. Well, I don't know.
All right. Well, no. Even if I hate it, no, it's not anyone's business.
Is it your job?
Nope.
Is it your job to tell them?
Nope.
I don't think so either.
Nope.
I don't think it's...
Unless it's gonna get you arrested or
something.
But if that's the way they're happy dressing, obviously she fell in love with him knowing he dressed like that, and proceeded to marry him. So she doesn't have a problem with it.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't have a problem with it, who cares?
Because I thought that question was so...
I feel like that is so rude.
Fucking rude, yeah. Like, how...
I would be so... You don't approach that without being infuriatingly insulting.
That's what Abby said. I don't like to
Good
read...
for Abby.
I don't like to read her
We're always on the
responses.
same page.
I really don't really read her responses until after I formulate my own. But she's like, yeah, because they wanted to take her out. They want to take her out and like buy her a bunch of new clothes.
Can you imagine how humiliating that would be for her?
Because it's not like a kid, you know what I mean?
No,
not
it's
like,
a grown woman. Oh my...
It would be different if it was like an underprivileged kid,
Yeah.
You know how they do that.
Who didn't have totally different stories.
Totally different
This woman
stories because they
clearly,
know. I think she feels comfortable in what she wears, and you're taking her out of her element. I mean, hey, I don't know why some people wear I like to wear crop tops and shorts, I'm wearing shorts now, so
I should have been.
I've been told, some people have told me, you know, oh, you shouldn't wear like those shorts, whatever. Now you shouldn't. I don't think it's anyone's job to tell you what to wear. No. Yeah, I think we all agree on that.
Absolutely not. No.
But I do agree with you. If it could get you arrested.
You know, if they're trying to go out like literally with nothing on, I mean,
then
like
you're
some kind of
arrested.
bondage thing like downtown, that probably wouldn't in broad daylight. But you know,
I agree with you.
Short of that, do what you want to do. Dress how you want to dress.
I think there's a problem in the.
Well, you know, I think I spent years like not wearing certain things because it wasn't maybe necessarily me. It was something I would want to try, and I didn't because, you know, it wasn't me, and I knew it would be noticed, and I didn't want. No, I'm like, who cares? You could die tomorrow. Wear whatever you want to wear.
All right, so we were just reading Dear Abby, and we found this really fun letter. We're just gonna get into it. Go ahead, Nikki.
All right. It's called Other Woman. I've been spending time with a certain gentleman for more than 5 years. I am in love with him. We dated at first, then became friends with benefits.
Yeah.
He had another woman move in with him a few years ago, but we are still friends with benefits. He has become my very best friend. He listens when I need someone to talk. He listens when I need someone to talk to. We talk several hours a day and text throughout the day. I know in my heart that we're meant to be together. He tells me he loves me, but says he can't ask the other woman to move out because she doesn't have anywhere to go until she makes the person living in her house move out. That sounds like a whole other story.
Right.
Bottom line, how do I talk to him about this?
Okay, so I love Dear Abby because, you know, honestly, you you read the question and you read the whole story, and they don't really realize there's another question that they're asking while they're telling the story. Because one, what is it she said? They dated at first.
They dated and then they were friends with benefits.
Okay, because I can't even answer the last question without asking the first.
Right?
Right, okay. What would you say? You go first, and
oh my God. 5 years this has been going on.
Yeah.
I say, I feel bad saying it, but I feel like she's being a fool. This guy, why have they been together? Why didn't he ask them? Well, I mean, it's kind of funny. I'm sorry.
When you're not in the situation,
other
it's
woman,
fine.
I really am. But why has he never asked her to move in? They've been friends with benefits / dating for 5 years.
Well, they dated first and then friends with benefits.
So obviously, this guy does not want a serious monogamous relationship.
Right.
I think he's screaming that with every fiber of his being. She just doesn't want to pick up on any of the red flags.
There's so many red flags in this question. It's like, and then the fact that he moved in another woman, which she never clearly stated if they're dating or not, but I would have to think so because I kind of almost been in a situation like this. We won't get into that.
Oof.
But
well, that sounds like
yeah, it's a whole shit show. Because then she's like, okay, so he won't move. We said he won't move me in and be together until the other woman gets the person that's living in her house out. I'm like, well, if she has another house.
Sounds like this guy has like baggage on baggage on baggage. Because I feel like he's trying to make it sound like it's a roommate situation between this other woman, but I think it's very clearly not.
It's bullshit. Yo, okay, I'm gonna tell you like it is. All of this, this whole fucking, this whole question, it started out with so many things that, red flags that I'm like, we're just checking as we're reading it. And honestly, it's like, why are these guys getting the attention? Like, it's really true when they say people want what they can't have.
Oh my, yeah, why is she chasing this loser? This guy, for 5 years she's been wasting on this guy, and he must think he's just a shit because he's got a woman living with him. And another who's just
still with him. And you know what,
ready
guys?
To do his,
that's the danger. You know what? That's a dangerous situation because, like, don't we watch? Okay, we're from a generation. Me and you, we're from a generation of watching like fucking Jerry Springer, and you know Ricky Lake and Maury and all the like. I would not want that drama in my life. Like, I don't want to be on national television.
It sounds so exhausting. And I've had drama.
We've been there.
Similar to that, and I think that's why now I'm like, why would you put up with this for 5 years?
I don't get it.
Aren't you tired?
I would be tired. I'm like, you know what?
I'm tired just listening to it.
You know what? I'm gonna get the advice that I gave the other girl. That she almost had the same situation where the guy was broke and she's like, oh, he wants to move in. I'm like, no, nigga, because like, even though she was rich, I mean, you always want someone to bring something to the table because if they have nothing else to do and you're just giving them things, they're gonna take advantage of that.
How is that any way to live?
Power corrupts.
Mm-hmm.
And we have absolute power. It corrupts absolutely.
Yeah, it does.
But anyways, it's a relationship dynamic. I would just say, you know what? There are plenty of fish in the sea.
So many fish in the sea. Like, just get out of there.
I would be dating someone else. You know? Yeah. Bye.
See you later. Or move someone in with you, and then just, you know, if you're gonna play this game, you might as well even the play.
She's in love with him. That's the problem there. Why?
She's obsessed with him and infatuated with him.
Yeah.
But if you're in love with someone, you wouldn't let them treat you like that.
Some people don't know what love is. We're gonna get into that later. But
that's a whole other can.
So there's another Dear Abby, and you know, I was wondering if this is very offensive because guys do this. I do it. And we all do it. It's adjusting yourself. And in this particular story, this woman was talking about a coworker of hers that was at work, and she's like, do you guys always have to adjust themselves in public? You know what I mean? Like, making sure that the thing will work. I'll give my opinion later. But you know, I also thought, well, I see, you know, women adjust their bra, you know, but guys, it seems like to me it's like things are hanging. You have to adjust, you know, your earrings, your bra, your junk. So I'm asking, is it really, I think she might be an older woman, but like, is it really offensive?
So here's the thing, just like you said, like, I mean, I don't have much to adjust, but there comes a time, bra slips, whatever. And I probably do it subconsciously without even realizing it.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's a big difference between a guy just like, I mean, because if you're uncomfortable, your instinct is to make yourself not uncomfortable. I think there's a huge difference between a guy just kind of doing an adjust, even if somebody has to say, mind your own business, look away. Why are you looking at his crotch, lady?
Yeah. Hello.
That's a question. So I think it's a difference between that and you know that there's men who are just yanking around. I've seen, it's like, come on, take it easy. Like, you don't have to like just get in there. Like, also, I feel like there are men who try to be offensive with it, or not even just don't. It's not even about,
I get what you mean, like a cat call, like, look just how like big my dick is.
That, and maybe they just, I don't know. It's like a habit that they can't understand is not okay to do that aggressively in public. But
is it offensive? That's the question. Is it offensive?
No, I don't think on a regular, if you're not being a maniac about it, I think it depends on the severity. But
here's what
like I said, if you're just like the equivalent of like kind of doing like one of those, no.
Yeah, and that's what I was talking about earlier.
Sounds like this woman wants things to be offended by. She might be one of those.
Yeah, because it sounds like it's a coworker of hers. And honestly, here's my thing. I'm a guy, and you know, I'm not saying I'm well endowed, but it's there, and it gets. But it's uncomfortable. It is not uncomfortable. It's like you have your jeans, and then you have your underwear, and like, you know, sometimes, you know, you sit wrong. You gotta, like, you know, adjust or it just moves.
It's on a regular basis. I could imagine having something else down there to move
Because that's why we always get those underwear with like nice support. You know, if you wear a boxer brief, that's gonna happen. It's gonna move around. But even in like underwear, we have great support. It's gonna just move around, and this is a natural guy thing. Now, I get what we were saying earlier. If it was something along the lines of, you know, if it's like you're being offensive, you are like, look at my big old dick. That's one thing.
Well, right, but I mean, just like, you know, something like going overboard. Like,
yeah.
You just adjust.
I say women. I've seen women adjust their bra.
Yes,
you know, some
exactly. It goes both ways.
Also, some people think it's nasty to touch your hair, like if your hair is in your face. You think that's gross.
I'm a horrible
and I'm like, listen,
that.
like
Everybody
I think that's a natural thing. Like, you know, because I mean, now if it's too aggressive, there's one of two things: you're doing it on purpose, or you have a problem.
Right.
You need to go to the.
Yeah.
Now, if it's that, you know, if it's itching that much, that's a problem. You should get that checked out. But like,
have a medical
if
condition.
it's like, you know, you're playing sports, you know, whatever, you're walking, you know, it happens. You got to adjust.
Yeah.
You know, you got
it's a natural thing of life.
Even when I'm sitting, like as I'm sitting, truth time. Even as we're sitting down now, here we go. Ever since we've done this show, I'm sitting here, I'm always adjusting. Like I like fold my leg this way, and I sit over here. You know, it's
if I don't sit this way, I am super fidgety. So I can only imagine.
I would only imagine like women with big breasts. Like we've seen them, and like, you know, okay, like when I'm in drag, and if I get in drag, okay, if I put my titties on, if I get my titties on driving, it's really hard to adjust to have like, you know, this shape here. How do they have to get through it? So I'm like, I agree with you. I think we can't be attacking everything like we see men do.
That's what it is. That's what I mean by it's.
We don't want to attack men, like, you know, and feel like we can't do anything. But I think we have to have like a bigger consciousness of of society, and not like everything what people care about, but not to make people feel uncomfortable. You know what I mean?
Right.
We all share this world.
Right, and I feel like we've talked about that before. I feel like the main goal should be to make everybody that you
feel
come into
comfortable.
contact with feel as comfortable as you can possibly
And
make
that goes
them.
to this woman writing this letter, because I'm like, you make me feel uncomfortable by even bringing that up. Like, I saw it on Wendy Williams, and I'm like, she was just making a joke out of it. But I mean, come on, we're guys, you know, you have big breasts, you know, like, not that I'm calling her out, oh God,
No,
don't
but
attack me. But like, you
meant
know,
it as a compliment.
it does.
Like, yeah,
You have to adjust. So I think that she's being offensive, honestly. You know, if we're gonna like asking someone, how do I talk to them about not adjusting? Well, can you? Is she? I think Dear Abby even said.
No, I would like, go ahead. Approach these
what am I
men
gonna
and see
say?
what they say back to you.
That topic's done. All right, so body shaming. I think this is a very interesting topic. We've noticed that body shaming is about, usually when we hear about it, it's usually about someone talking about someone who's overweight, or not overweight, just bigger than most. Like Adele was body shamed. The girl who plays Precious was body shamed as well. We were talking, so actually no, we were saying earlier, what were we saying earlier about body shaming? That can go the double standard.
Yeah, there's
There
a
is
double standard that I feel, yeah. And just saying how I've noticed a lot more lately how people who may be thinner, or just either by choice, people who like to work out a lot,
Yeah.
people who just choose to be really in shape. And I don't know anyone like that, but maybe we'll find someone. I had to. You were preening it. It was horrible. But,
Okay.
you know, I feel like it's almost, not so much that they're, almost kind of, there's a demonization.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I've known plenty of people who, women who, not women only, but in my case, I've had several friends just who had a crazy metabolism, couldn't gain weight, stayed really, really thin their whole lives.
Right.
And I know that they were approached all the time, oh, eat this, you need to eat a cheeseburger, or, and it's not because people, you know, in most cases it's not because people aren't eating.
Yeah. They probably have like a
There's
problem.
a condition or whatever, but I feel like those, it's almost become like, oh, well, they're in shape or they're thin, so, you know, bigger is better. I'm like, I just feel like this stigma has become really almost one-sided, and I just feel like it's important to remember that whatever you're happy and content with being, whether it be someone like you, whether you want to work out, whether you don't, whether you're just happy with the way you look, I feel like everybody should just respect that across the board.
Yeah, because I think
It shouldn't go one way heavy or the other way. It just should be.
I think
leave everybody alone.
I think what you're saying, to clarify, is like there's a double standard. I think it's wrong because just because someone looks a certain way, and I feel like it's a certain jealousy level. Because for me, I never really talk about someone's body. Like when I see it on camera, if it's something negative, like I really don't focus on negative things about someone else's body because I'm comfortable with how I look. And I think the problem...
And that's why you don't. That's why you end up focusing on the positives.
On the positive, yeah.
And
I think where these comments are coming from it's always from the internet, or it's like this. I may know this guy. I may have seen him in person once, but I don't really know him. But it's always like someone sitting behind a computer saying things about, you know, you, and what do they look like? You know, it's usually someone with a picture of the AMC and not them. And I feel like, you know, the fact that they're not comfortable with their body, I think it's okay that they can, no matter if you're big or small, but I think we're talking about people who are in shape. I think they see that and they're like, I wish I could like that. I hate that they look like that. Because there are some people who are hateful.
Yes.
You know, like,
Yes.
it's because I thought it was very interesting you brought this up earlier, because Monique is she's a very funny comedian. And one of the jokes that she would make is about skinny bitches, like, you know, skinny girls being bitches. And I think that there are some people who are skinny or in shape, and there are people who are big who, talk shit about other people's body size because they're not actually happy with what they look like.
Category.
I think when you get to a certain level of maturity, you have to realize that. But she made she made kind of her living off of it, you know, like, but she also kind of like opened doors for bigger girls. I will say that. She opened doors for
which
bigger
is
girls.
awesome, and I appreciate that side, as long as, and
I think the
I
message,
appreciate the
messaging
comedy
at the
behind
time.
it. Yes,
I think
it
the
can
messaging
get a little lost.
Yeah, because what we're saying that, like, you're talking about us being, or any of our friends who are in shape getting hassled. Like, some people actually have a disease, or some people just have very good metabolism, some people just work out, you know. I just don't think that it's okay. I think they should be, it's a double standard. I think body shaming definitely goes both ways.
Definitely does. And I mean, regardless, it's just as shitty both ways.
Yeah.
You know? And I think a lot of people don't realize that, but...
Because they changed it from fat shaming to body shaming for a reason, you know?
Exactly.
I think people should realize that.
Yeah.
Because it's not about what, it's your body type. Anyone can hate anything, you know? Like, you know, there are guys who don't like, there are people who hate people who are black. There are people who hate people who are Mexican, you know,
always
they're racist.
find something to hate.
Well, there will be people like that, I feel like. But we didn't, before we go, we were on the last episode, me and Ashley, that one fun question that we did, you didn't get a chance to chime in on it. And I want to give you the opportunity now to chime in. So wait, do you think it's wrong? Do you think it's wrong to date a friend's ex?
No. And here's why. Because, well, yes and no. Personally, if it's an ex, I don't care anymore. They're an ex for a reason. But there's layers, because what if this person was, I would not wish most of my exes on my worst enemy. So there's also, you know, the protection factor. As far as a jealousy standpoint, from where I'm concerned, have at it.
But no, the bro code, like the sister code, you know.
And there should be, and I mean, but
so how do you feel about that? Like, do you think there is a code? Because that's where the question derives from.
I feel like maybe when you're, and this is another one of those questions that I feel like I'm gonna just play devil's advocate with myself, because I feel like really it depends on the ex.
Yeah.
You know, if you were in, say, you dated someone for 5 years, you were engaged, they left you at the altar, whatever, and a year later, your best friend starts dating them, that would probably cause some hurt feelings and some huge conflict. I mean, I think also that's the other thing, is you got to gauge how much conflict. Is it worth it? Because you could date somebody and just find out it doesn't work and stay friends, and one of your other friends might date them and it might really work out for them.
Right.
And you can all stay friends. I feel like the situation, it really, really depends on the situation. And I feel like a good friend... Yes, and a good friend would talk to you about it and there would be an understanding. I think obviously, doing it behind someone's back, being sneaky about it at all.
Okay, because like you just called me out on what I was going to say really fast. I was going to say, well, for me, I would not say anything. Like, if I really like them.
How close is the friend, too?
How close is the friend as well. But, true. But I wouldn't say anything at first, because I want to, like, if we're just dating and like we had great sex a couple of times and we don't get along, I'm not going to say anything like, oh, can I date your ex?
And like upset.
Upset them for no reason.
Right.
I would rather, like, you know, not say shit, because I want to say this to Ashley. I would rather, like, not necessarily do it behind your back, but not...
Or maybe test the waters before
test the waters. And, you know, perhaps get to a serious moment, like, where I'm at, where we think that we're actually going in this, we're going to be serious together.
That's a good point.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and then rather than, like, you know, I just want to, like, go on a couple of dates and hit it. I think that's if that's true, I think you can have a conversation about that too. Because
again, that's why it depends on how important. If this is an ex that this friend is still like
this girl
pining over,
like this girl,
yeah, like the other woman.
It wouldn't be okay with that.
Is the woman that lives with him her best friend? It's not. We don't.
Anyway, but anyways, guys, so that's today's episode. Yes, and welcome back to Nikki Prue.
Thank
you.
The
panel.
It's really good to be back. Thanks for having me back.
I'm really happy you're back.
Thank you.
We missed you. We missed you. No, you're good. Again, and I'm your host and moderator, Sean Nicholas, aka Desire Some More. We'll see you guys next week, and until then, always remember to have a little bit more
common courtesy.
We'll see you next week. Bye.